Right, I've got belt and braces here, so let's just see if this one works. Thank you so much indeed. My name's Magnus Falk. I'm a CIO advisor at Zoom. That means that I don't work for Zoom. I sit on a number of boards, and I've been a CIO, and I've been helping Zoom with its growth since 2019. So personally, I've been a buyer of collaboration technology and a provider, and I've just had this ringside seat, amazing ringside seat, really in the coming of age of the collaboration era. But first, I just need to read out a safe harbor statement, just for the avoidance of doubt. I might be making some forward-looking statements. Any indications of plans or products, including development, release, and timing of features of functionality, are preliminary, and future dates are tentative and subject to change. Because innovation is happening so quickly that it's important to do this, because something pops out and they change and the plans move on very quickly. But before I move on to my address, I want to say thank you to Cavell. I think they've really added to the industry. I mean, to have this event, to have it absolutely full, and they have been around for the entire history of Zoom. So they're a young company, but Zoom has fitted nicely into their tenure. So big thank you to them. They've got a clear expertise in telecoms and technology industries. And thank you all very much to you. I know your time is valuable, and really appreciate the opportunity to spend some time just focusing on a few things. And to make best use of your time, I'm really going to talk about only 3 things. I'm going to talk about my thoughts on how you can exploit AI. Exploit is quite an aggressive word, and I got legal feedback saying don't use the word exploit. People don't like it, but I do think we all have to work out how we take advantage of it, because it's it's a bit of a wave. Anyway, I'm also going to talk about what Zoom are doing to help here. I also want to talk about Zoom's experience of how customers are really using the ubiquity of information technology and collaboration technology to remove the center from contact center and just focus truly on customer experience. And lastly, our desire at Zoom is to partner with you. We really want to extend the reach of the ability to work with our partners. And I'm not just here for the little pastry things, which were really very nice at breakfast. But first, why are Zoom relevant in this space? We have 7 million Zoom Phone paid seats at the moment. For a product launch in 2019, I think that's pretty good going. And we've got real enterprise traction as well. We had 95 customers with over 10,000 seats. And in many cases, what we're seeing is customers are putting Zoom within Microsoft Teams. So they might have had a Teams footing, and then they put Zoom within it to give them that huge operational resilience, so that they have 2 providers providing collaboration on the desktop. And of course, net it works out no additional cost, but it gives them that ubiquity of solutions across the planet. And second, as at the end of the last quarter, Zoom Contact Center, which we only launched in February 2022, has approximately 700 customers. And this has been growing 3 times year on year, with Zoom Virtual Agent, which sits alongside that, has nearly doubled quarter on quarter. And third, across Zoom, approximately 500,000 accounts have enabled Zoom AI Companion. And I'll be talking a little bit more about that. And as at the end of last year, 7 million meeting summaries had been produced. And that's a stat that's doing the kind of geometrical progression. And Zoom has a comprehensive platform that delivers limitless human connection. Our twin focus is on employee experience and customer experience, and all built on the core of the things that people know and love, the Zoom capabilities, which any of this I'm happy to discuss with you the whole day, and as are my colleagues who I'll introduce in a moment. So back to my 3 points. Exploiting AI. We've had waves of technology improvement. We've had spreadsheets, PCs, windowed experience, email, office products, internet mobile devices, smart mobile devices, crypto open banking, and time again, the hype has been amazing. The only thing that seems to be true is hype gets even hypier each time a new technology comes out. And the short-term effects seem nothing like the long-term impacts, because actually when you look at some of these things over the long term, they've been huge, but in the short term, they were overhyped. And there are duds, they're blockchain, computers built into glasses, though I think we're having another run at that. I still think they make you look odd. And I think the jury's quite out on social media, but lives are changed. And I think we are all much more capable and productive as a result of technology, although perhaps it doesn't seem that way. I tried this Valentine's card to my wife this year because we do find that we're sitting there at home, staring at our phones in silence from time to time. You think, is this love? Technology doesn't always lead to the desired outcomes. So how do we approach AI? As I talked about hype and hypier, AI is being oversold at the moment. But again, we're probably likely to have underestimated at this point that net impact, over maybe 20 years. So it's important to start. It's important to start in careful and considered ways and not get too carried away, but just start your journey and not being left behind. As one colleague put it, we are in the era of unlimited interns. If you consider AI to be your intern, bright, smart, capable, but needs quite a lot of oversight. You can't just oversee unlimited interns. I mean, you have to take responsibility for its output. You can't just let them loose. And as a consequence, AI still has quite limited use cases directly to customers. And I think will do for quite some while. It can't decide anything. Yeah, it can steer, it can signpost, it can gather, maybe present info. But AI already has some killer use cases. And if you're not already using meeting summaries, I suggest you do. I thought transcription was a bit of a killer app until I came across the summary. It's like having your intern at every meeting, taking those notes, suggesting what the important topics are, suggesting what the actions. And this is a must-have for knowledge workers. It really can help, save some time, big time, and keep you focused on the outcomes. Seriously, who likes to write minutes? And they do take quite a lot of time, but they are a staple of corporate success. And also, who likes filling in the CRM with the outcome of the customer meeting or the customer interaction? Try getting a financial advisor to do that in a sensible way. But if it's there and they check it and they go, I'm happy with it, that's a very different experience. Everyone here should be trying them out for size. And as you get familiar with them, you can start enhancing the new supercharged you with other things. And across the use cases we see AI Companion providing the ability to do content creation, the first draft in the context of, here's a chat channel, what's my first draft response? The email that might go out, what's the first draft of that? We've lost it again. Thanks for getting back. Info retrieval. What we have in our contact center is the ability to bring up relevant information as you're talking, the agent's talking to the customer. So they're not going, oh, hang on a minute, let's see what the computer says, and you're on hold. Very, very useful skill to bring up context from what was just said before, use that intelligence to bring up suggested information. And of course, then there's task completion as a consequence of what you've just talked about. Here are the tasks that I suggest you do. Here's me half done them. Are they okay? So there's quite a lot of making customer agents really good. And it's using that AI in the context of consultancy with customers in their contact center, that are process improvement benefits that drive real results. And of course, then we've got the coaching and learning. Coaching and learning where they listen real time to you and give you suggestions afterwards how you might do a better job in the future. A bit scary, really, but it's there, it's working, and people should be embracing them. So all this, all that I'm talking about, all the examples are live in Zoom on AI Companion. And when we looked at the market, it was quite interesting to see what others were doing. But Zoom decided that their customers needed to be able to experiment with AI from the get-go and not have to pay for it, because quite frankly, it should be a core part of the service. So Zoom provide AI Companion at no additional cost. And you pinch yourself, that means no additional cost. So now your customers should be doing AI, you should be doing AI, and they should be doing it using AI Companion. So exploiting AI is now really low bar in terms of a commercial suggestion. It is just about making sure that you're in this, you're taking this wave, and that your customers are with you too. So contact center. This is a truly exciting world. We launched Zoom Contact Center in 2022, built on Zoom's collaboration tools. And it was designed to support agents and their managers, and it integrates into all sorts of CRMs, so it just becomes that contact element. It was like one of those gear changes, kind of Zoom was doing one thing, and then suddenly the gear changed and we're off again. And our customers absolutely love Zoom Contact Center. And we noticed something interesting happening, that the center started to evaporate from contact center. Already, by 2022, the kind of big shed concept that everyone going to was kind of decimated by the pandemic, and people were using contact center but distributed agents. But actually what we're seeing now with the ubiquity of collaboration technology that is the same in the contact center and out with the contact center, much more of your organization can seep into the customer experience. You don't get that frustrating thing where agent puts you on hold while they use another application to talk to someone who really knows. They just bring them in. And suddenly the customer experience is changed and the employee experience is changed. And by the way, all the tools I talked about at AI, the person who's brought into the meeting can be recorded and the notes can be put from what they said, rather than the customer relationship manager, your customer experience person, having to type it up. What did they say? Did I really understand it? So it's really interesting how the center is beginning to evaporate from contact. And some people are calling this multicast, and you can like it a lot, but it really has some distinct advantages for you. It can be more effective for your teams. It can give you one vendor with fewer headaches. It can be less expensive, and it really can help position customer experiences team to be world-class. And here's a quote from one of our customers. He talked it, it's more efficient, gives better experience, and it allows the whole organization to become involved with contacting customers. And it seems to be happening all across the industry. But what we're told is that Zoom is leading the pack, according to a very well-known analyst. So my third point is why I'm here today. We are making massive investments in our ability to unleash the channel on Zoom's path. And we're designing it bigger, better, and in some markets, the primary way and only way to go to market. There's a huge opportunity here for everyone. At Zoom, this channel program is really the flavor of the month. We're bringing Zoom Up 2.0, which brings in tiered discounts. The more you do, the better you're rewarded. We can even fund a Zoom specialist in your business in some cases. We're building up the scale of our resources dedicated to the channel. We're implementing changes to make it much easier to order and allow product-level deals per customer, not just customer-only deals. And we have customer experience specialists dedicated to the channel. So with Zoom, you can help your customers exploit, get into that moment, AI, at no additional cost to them. That can be revenue to you as you start helping them with their business processes. Phone is in the middle of all this. So, if you're having phone conversations, phone is right at the heart of our contact center, as of course a video and all the other channels you could possibly imagine. You can join Zoom as a leader in this multi-contact as a service, taking the center out of contact center as people realize how they get their whole firm to deliver customer experience. And of course, Zoom wants to partner with you. We're not here just for lunch. We're here to work out how we do business and partner with you and enable you to help your customers. There's going to be more about Zoom on the panels. And please do come and ask me your questions about any part of the Zoom platform. Quite a lot of us here Ben, David, Richard, Ian, Bart, Joe, Gemma, and I forgot to put on the slide Danny Oates. So sorry, Danny, but you missed the slide. So a huge thank you for listening to, hopefully a couple of interesting hot topics from Zoom, and hope to be able to talk to you later. And thank you so much for your attention. You've been an absolutely fabulous audience. Thank you.